Dear friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom and a happy Purim. This is a very special Shabbat, the one before Purim. We actually read from a second Torah about Amalek. It's Parshat Zachor. We remember that we always have to destroy those who want to destroy us. We have to be aware that there are people who their only mission is to destroy us, even at their own destruction, which what we're experiencing today from the same Persia that we celebrate Purim in Iran, those who want to destroy the Jewish people. Today we don't have the mitzvah of going to war with guns and battles. Obviously we have to defend ourselves, but at the same time we have to remember that Amalek comes in many forms, and this is the time to get rid of those who try to cool us off to Judaism, to God, etc., etc. This week's Torah portion is Tetzave. And in the portion of Tetzave, the focus is on the Kohanim, the priests, Aaron and his sons, and then eventually all those who were born to them, who are part of the holy priests chosen to serve on behalf of the Jewish people in the temple, to be the ones who offer the Jewish people's offerings to God and to bring atonement to the Jewish people, and to be the ones who carry God's blessings and bring spiritual energy and power to the Jewish people. And the Torah starts off with telling us about the clothing that they wore, especially the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, wore 8 special pieces of clothing, each one masterpieces. The regular Kohen had a uniform of 4 clothing. And the Torah tells us that it's not just that they have a uniform, but actually the uniform is what anoints them into the position. So initially they were anointed with an oil as well, and with blood from the sacrifices. But eventually, just putting on the clothes is what makes them anointed to become a Kohen and work in the temple. Why is there such an emphasis on the clothing for the Kohen? Obviously, if we want them to have a uniform and each piece had a reason and a purpose behind it, it's well understood. But why is it the clothing that anoints them, that brings them into the position? And here perhaps the Torah is trying to tell us something very important. This is a big responsibility to be a Kohen, because it's not just about you doing what's right. It's about you representing others. And you have to do everything 100% correctly, not only the tasks, but you have to have the right things in your mind, in your heart. You have to be fully there with God, with the purpose of what you're serving and representing. It's a big task. It's a big undertaking. Not only the high priest, but every Kohen have to be aware at all time of what they're doing and who they are serving, to be holy, something that many people feel they're not capable of and they're not ready for. So the Torah says, put on the clothes. When you put on the clothes, that alone will lift you up to the level you're supposed to be. When you dress up for the part, when you just go through the motions, of doing what Hashem said to do, that alone lifts you up into the place and the space you should be to do your job correctly. In the book of Tanya and Hasidic teachings, the clothing refers to our speech, thought, and action. That though it's very hard for us to control how we feel, and if we feel holy, and for our mind to be fully engaged in holy thoughts and endeavors. But there's one thing that's for sure, that we can all direct our thoughts, our talks, our speech, and our actions to follow what the Torah says. We have that ability to control and to fulfill that fully. And that is the clothing we have to put on. Because in Judaism says, the action is the most important. Start doing the actions and you find that all the great feelings, emotions, clarity, logic, all fall into place. So our clothing defines us and lifts us up to where we're supposed to be. And just like for the Kohanim, they had to wear the clothing, so too we have to surround ourselves with mitzvahs all the time. That is one of the reasons on Purim we got dressed up as well. Purim is a time when the clothing of the Jewish people came off. we started to dress up to look like those around us. The first time the Jewish people were in exile, since they were in Israel for so many years, we started to dress up to look like everyone around us, to assimilate. And we thought we're just looking like them, but inside we'll remain good Jews and true Jews. But it's not what happened. We started to slip in every part of our Jewish observance and commitment, and even to think Jewish. And therefore we put on the clothing to remember the clothing makes a big impact. Even if you don't feel up to it already, start doing a mitzvah. You're not sure how great Shabbos is, you don't understand or you don't get it, just do it. Do any part of it. You'll find that as you do it, you'll get it, you'll understand, you'll feel it. So it is with every mitzvah, whether it's tefillin, lighting Shabbat candles, kosher, any mitzvah it is. Just do it. Fill your clothing, your speech, thought, and action, and you'll see a big difference. So God bless you all. We love you all. I want to wish you a good Shabbos and a happy Purim. Candlelighting time in Montreal, 5:21 p.m.